Hello, Internet friends. I'm Ryan, and this is Demos in the Dark. Tonight, we have a kind of a new take on an old classic from Catalinbread Mechanisms of Music. We have the Epoch Boost Preamp Buffer. Here we are with the Epoch Boost. Little bit of history. A lot of players, notably one by the name of Eddie Van Halen, used a Echoplex in a different sort of way. He would essentially bypass the delay portion of it, the echo portion of it, and just use the preamp because the preamp sounded great. Catalinbread has a pedal called a Belle Epoch Deluxe. And that is their take on the EP3, and it has a delay section and it has a preamp section. Some people would choose to get rid of that delay and just use the preamp. Well, here it is, right here, in a much smaller package. And it sounds really great. We're gonna run it on a bunch of guitar tracks here. I'm gonna use it in a couple of different scenarios. I'm going to use it with a higher wattage amp just to kind of bring it to a nice light breakup. Then I'm also going to use it on a very small watt amp, and I am going to just pummel it into oblivion. So we'll hit it all. One other item of note here before we get going, this can be used in a couple of different ways. You can use it with other pedals, which it does swimmingly at. You can also use it on its own, and for that, there's a little toggle switch on the inside that toggles on and off a high Z input. Let's take a deeper look into the Epoch Boost. There are a couple different ways that we can attack this. We can run it straight into the amplifier, and that's totally cool, and we will do that in a little bit. But I am going to start with using it with another pedal at least, because I think most of us use at least one other pedal, if not several. And one of the things that the Epoch Boost is really good for, the Epoch Preamp, is to really shape the sound of everything that came before it, and then interact with your amp in a different way than those pedals alone might have interacted with your amp. So, with that in mind, I propose putting the Epoch Boost definitely at the end of your drive section, um, potentially even at the very end of all of it, because it can do cool things with reverbs and delays as well. But for our purposes today, we will just use it to shape this here Paul Cochrane Timmy V3 and change the sounds of it, change the interaction with the amp. So, two controls on the Epoch Boost. You have a balance. Balance from nothing to about halfway is a volume, and that'll bring you up to unity volume. And then from there on out, it's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of an EQ kind of control. It's very strange. It picks out certain frequencies and accentuates them. And that's the way the original was. And then the boost is a boost, and that will interact with your amp, and that will push the front end of your amp. So that gives you a wide variety of things. So let's shape this Timmy here into something a little bit different. Okay, next application, we are running straight into the amplifier. I have switched the high Z switch on the inside of the pedal. So you go, 3 different applications for one pedal. That's pretty great. And there's tons more. I mean, I would take this thing and just move it around different parts of my board and see where it sounds great. I would use it with different amps. I would use it with different guitars and just kind of see what it does, because it'll do a different thing with everything that it comes in contact with. So it's great for that. It's just kind of an enhancer. It just enhances things and makes them sound warmer and, generally better. So I'm going to leave everything where I was and play out.